researched this for a couple months now and have tried quite a few different solutions. List of solutions. When I quit the game after it closes, it gets a kernel error and shuts down my PC. What the fuck? A kernel error, huh? And it displays that error on the screen. Like, is it blue screen or something? Is that what happens? Or is it just a little error message box that pops up in the center of the screen? Is it a blue screen or is it just a little error message? No, not blue screen. Error at the bottom as it force shuts down and restarts. Okay. When was the last time it happened to you, Lou? Has it happened today or did it happen yesterday? It's all going to make sense why I'm asking that shortly, hopefully. We smashed up just enough charcoal to make this thing. Happens every time. I leave it in the exit to main menu screen so it doesn't happen. Gotcha. Right. So understood. But so 2 days ago is the last time. Okay. Here's what I want you to do. If you've got the patience for it, I want you to force the problem to happen again. I want you to close your game and cause your PC to crash. Because actually, let me see if I can share. No, I don't want to share that on the screen. Because there's a thing in Windows called the event viewer. And all the little messages, error messages, informational messages, warning messages, whatever, that is generated by your PC, either at a system level, like an operating system level, or at an application level, it all gets logged in that event log, in that event viewer. And I can show you how to access that event viewer so that we can find out the exact error message and potentially the other errors or warnings or things that might be occurring around that time or with that particular, that might be related to your problem, so it will help isolate and identify what's going wrong. But in order to do that, we need to be able to identify exactly the last time that it happened so that we can look at those error logs, those warning messages and stuff, and see what all is going on around the time that the error occurs. Does that make sense? So the idea behind forcing the problem to happen is we know exactly when the last time it was. We can pinpoint the exact moment that it happened, the error, the logs, all the stuff that's occurring on your computer at that time, and maybe we can diagnose what's going on. Sound good? So I know you're gonna go dark for a little while, but once your computer recovers, let me know, and we'll start working on. I'll show you how to get into that event log. So quit and let it restart. Yes, sir. Just force the problem to happen again. That's right. Godspeed. Godspeed, good sir. Oh, you're back? Okay, nice. And just to confirm, the problem happened, right? You got the kernel error or whatever it was? Okay, all good. Well, don't worry about the error message right now. Here's what you're going to do. All right, I just put it in YouTube chat. You're going to, well, I guess if you're on Windows 11, it's in the center of the screen. But there's a Windows icon in your taskbar. And you're going to right-click on that Windows icon. And you're going to select the option that says Run. And that's going to bring up a little dialog box that lets you type in text and stuff. In that little text box, you're going to type the word that I put in there, Event Viewer, EVENTVWR. And then you're going to hit Enter. Event VWR, and then hit Enter. And that's going to bring up a big white screen called the Event Viewer on your monitor. And just let me know when you see that. Let's make sure we get that far first. You're there? Okay, nice. I just dodged that guy's attack by accident. Alright, so over on there's like 3 panels on your screen. Over on the left-hand panel, where it says Event Viewer Local, you're going to see a little piece of text that says Windows Logs, and there's going to be like a little caret symbol to the left of that. Expand the Windows Log section. Just click on the little caret that's to the left of Windows Logs, and it should expand that section. And it'll expand it out to where it says Application, Security, Setup, System, and Forwarded Events. Let's start by, once you've got that expanded, start by clicking on the System section. Just click on the word System. And then what I want you to do is, once you're in the System Logs where you're viewing the system events there, you're going to see a lot of informational messages. So you'll see several different headings. You'll see level, date and time, event ID, task category, and source up at the top. Those are the headings. The level is what we want to be paying attention to. What I want you to do is scroll down a little bit until you see a level that indicates a red X. The level will be a red, or sorry, it'll be a exclamation mark. A red exclamation mark that says error. We're looking for errors, specifically around the time that you experience that problem. All right, you found an error? Okay, good. Are you able to... Let's see. What, over on the source side, the source section, what is the source of the error? What does it say the source is? Hey, a glob. Let's go. Looks like 4 of them at that time. Okay. If you're comfortable, I mean, you can either do your own research on what those particular errors might mean and what they might indicate for your particular problem. Or if you want, I can help you with that. It's just a matter of what you're comfortable with. I mean, you're sharing this information obviously with the stream. So take into that into consideration if you care. All say volume manager. Oh, okay. Tell me this. You're comfy? Okay. Tell me this. Do you have New World installed on an SSD or a standard hard drive? SSD. Okay. Is it a separate SSD from where you have your operating system installed, or is everything just installed on a single drive? Because if you're getting a bunch of volume manager errors, there's a high likelihood that your SSD could potentially be failing. Everything's on the same. Okay. All right. Would you want to share the so if you click on each error in the here, let me see if I can find one. Do I have a volume manager error? I hope not. Well, here's one. So here's an example of an error that I had this morning when I disconnected my external SSD to move some files. It's a totally fine error to have, but that's an example of the error that I had in my when I clicked on the warning or clicked on the error. I had that message. If you can copy and paste the error that you're getting here, as long as it doesn't contain any like sensitive information like your name or your username or anything like that, maybe we can take a look at the error and see if it shines a light on anything. But a volume manager error definitely sounds like it could be a disk problem, a hardware problem, potentially. Which is not great as far as errors go, but SSDs, thankfully, SSDs have not gone up in price the same way RAM has recently. If you're memory sticks were bad or something, that would be, uh-oh. Okay, you're probably looking, that sounds like an error during the, yeah, so that sounds like an error that was created from the original error, if that makes sense. So your computer experienced an error and then it tried to create a dump file to help you identify what the problem was. But it failed to do that. So look at errors that occurred prior to that one. The ones that occurred prior to that are probably the ones that you want. They're probably the ones that are going to point you in the right direction. But yes, exactly like that. Exactly like that. That's the kind of information we're looking for here. But I don't think that's the one. I don't think that's the one. That's the smoking gun. Okay, so yeah, that's an error after the reboot. So you might actually be looking at errors that were generated during the restart of the PC. So keep looking. That's not the one. That's not the one that we want. Yep, the system shutdown was unexpected. That's fine. It's basically telling you, hey, your PC crashed, bro. And it's like, no shit, dude. I'm aware. I was right here. I was literally right here when it happened. And hey, if we don't see what we need to see in the system error log, then we'll go look at the application error log afterwards. Oh, that's it? Okay, well then the error either is not being captured in your system event log or it's further down. You either need to scroll way a little bit further down. You should have timestamps in there, in fact. So if you scroll like, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 minutes further down, maybe 5 minutes further down, and you still don't see it, then it's not in there. Okay. What about warnings? Do you see any yellow warnings from around the time that the problem happened? What do warnings look like? Let's see. System. Oh yeah, it'll be very similar to the error. It's a little yellow exclamation mark with a warning message next to it. You got any of those? Those can be helpful as well. No, if it came after the reboot, it won't help us. It's we're looking for warnings and errors prior to or right when the reboot happened. Okay, so if you don't have anything system related, then it might be application related, which could be good. So instead of going into the system section under Windows logs, click on the application section and do the same thing that you just did. In the application section, look for warnings and errors around the time of when you closed your game. Let's see if we got anything there. Interesting. Interesting. Let's look that up a little bit. Let's look that message up. I'm assuming you've gone through and updated all your drivers that you can. Windows Update and Video. Okay, there's a little more to it than that, but let's see. You've got an ASUS ROG Live Service. I think you've got some ASUS software that you probably need to update, my dude. I don't know if you've got a, you should have like a, some application. I'm not familiar with, let's see, let me see if I have, do I have this on mine? Yeah, you should have an application called ASUS DriverHub. ASUS DriverHub. If you don't have that, you need to go get that. And try running ASUS DriverHub and looking for updates for your machine. I have an ASUS motherboard as well. And I use ASUS DriverHub to keep my shit up to date. Very nice. 6 available updates. Okay. Okay, brother. Get those motherfuckers installed. You might what I would do is if I were you is go ahead and close the game and let the PC fucking freak out. Let it reboot, and once it comes back up, then install the updates. Don't install the updates while the game is open. I would not recommend doing that. Make sure the game is closed before you do your updates on your PC. All right, sounds good, Lou. Godspeed, sir. Good luck. We're waiting here with bated breath to hear what happens. I really hope it fixes it, man. I really do. Yo, you open the game and shut it down, and you're still here. Lou, my brother. Congratulations, my dude. It sounds to me, I mean, obviously some further testing is required. Probably. I'll give it a little time before we pop the champagne. But that is really good, my man. That's really good. Thank you for sharing that. And thank you for letting us help. Thank you for asking for help. You know, some people just won't do that.